As Jesus moved through towns and villages, the landscape of ordinary life began to shift in ways no one could fully explain. Word spread quickly, not through formal announcement, but through people whose lives had been changed. Wherever he arrived, crowds gathered almost instantly. They came not out of curiosity alone, but out of desperation. They brought the sick wrapped in cloth, the paralyzed carried on mats, the blind led by hand, and those long rejected by society. People who had learned to live unseen. But what followed was not spectacle, and it was not performance. It was restoration. There was no ritual of display, no moment of exaggeration, only encounter. Blind eyes, closed since birth or long ago lost to disease, suddenly opened to light for the first time, as if the world itself had been given back. Those who had not stood in yours rose slowly, as strength returned to bodies that had forgotten movement. Illnesses that had shaped identity, defined lives, labeled futures, limited hope, simply disappeared in his presence, as if they had no authority there anymore. Yet what happened was deeper than physical healing. Something invisible was being rebuilt, human dignity. Those who had been pushed aside by society found themselves seen. Those who had been silenced by shame found themselves heard without judgment. Those who had lived in isolation found themselves welcomed back into community as if they had never been forgotten. People who had carried years of rejection suddenly stood in front of others not as burdens, but as whole individuals restored. And Jesus never treated them as displays of power. He met them as people. Each encounter carried weight, but also quiet compassion, as if every life mattered individually, not collectively. There was no distance between his authority and his care. With every healing, something deeper was being declared without words. That suffering does not define the final identity of a person. That brokenness is not permanent. That what has been lost is not beyond restoration. In him, compassion was not passive. It carried authority, and that authority did not destroy people. It rebuilt them. The world around him was slowly beginning to understand something it had never seen before, that where judgment had once defined human worth, mercy now spoke louder, and where brokenness had once been final, restoration was becoming stronger than anything that had destroyed it. And in every town he entered, that truth arrived again, quietly, powerfully, and without resistance.